Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Know at IRCSO. I'm your Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flowers here with our Victims Advocates team. I have Victim Advocate Christine Macchia, who is joining me today. She's been with us a little over 5 years now, and she's a great story, as a matter of fact, because she started out as one of our Citizens Academy students, who then turned into a volunteer, who has now turned into a 5-year employee. So great to have you on the show with me today. And I just wanted to bring the folks out here to talk about, we're actually in the mall, the Indian River Mall. I know there's a lot of folks who said I didn't even know the mall was still open, but it is open. We do have an office out here, and our victims advocates are actually housed out here at the mall. And if we have any victims that need to come by and visit, they can pop in here. You've got some quiet space where you can sit and talk to them for a few minutes. But I just wanted to kind of tell the public out there, what it is that a victim advocate does on a daily basis. Can you talk about, going to court and how you help our victims in the county?
Every morning we go to first appearance and we try to meet victims there who are there. That's their right as a victim to be in first appearance. And when we meet them, we offer them resources, information, help them make informed decisions about what happens next in their case. And we also reach out to every victim in the county, whether they're in first appearance or not, with the same information. We let them know about their victims' rights. We help them with financial assistance through victim compensation. There's a lot of programs out there that we try to hook up the correct program with the right person. It's
a lot.
A lot of resources.
It's a lot
out there for crime victims.
For me, one of the biggest things that you guys do is working with our domestic violence victims. And as the president of Safe Space before, Amy Cooper, our CFO, is now on the board of Safe Space as well. And you guys are making personal contact with every single victim of domestic violence and really helping them through those cases. I mean, they're, many times they're displaced, they're living at Safe Space, they're living in a hotel, they're no longer, in a safe location. And so helping them make sure that their court case goes all the way through is an important component, right?
Right. We do reach out to every victim of domestic violence the next morning after there's an incident. If there's an arrest, we let them know about what the bond is for that offender and what if there's a no contact order, we explain what that means. And we also refer them to Safe Space. We can get them help with medical expenses. There's a program out there that helps them with getting an injunction for protection. Yep. We also follow up with them, even if they're not even if they're not ready to go into a shelter. We keep following up with them, making sure that those resources are always available to them when they're ready for them.
I can tell you, having been a patrol deputy, having been a detective, the victims advocates were always so great. I loved seeing them show up on my scenes, whether it was, a homicide call or just a death in general, because a lot of times you guys end up doing death notifications for us. You end up being there with us when we're doing those death notifications. And so, it's a lot of times you guys are seeing people on their absolute worst day of their lives. They've lost a loved one, somebody's been hurt bad in a car wreck, anything like that. You guys are there to comfort them. And as a law enforcement officer, we go through a lot of training. We go through firearms and all these things. We go through driving and tactical, everything. We don't get a whole lot of compassion, care, and here's how to help victims when they're at their worst moment. And that's what you guys have. And so it just is a great feeling as a sworn deputy to see the victims advocates show up and know that you're going to sit with that person well beyond the time that I can spend with them. And it frees up my resources to be able to go back to doing the job that I love doing. And I'm sure you get to see that firsthand, right?
Yeah. When we go out, we do take we take care of the victim while you do your job. That's when we start offering them resources. We try not to overwhelm them the first day. We do follow up with them, and we have a relationship that we stay with them as long as they need the help. And it's very gratifying to do that.
Well, I always get great compliments about the work that you do and the rest of the team over here. Everybody who has been through tragic situations always is so thankful to hear from you guys. You send them letters, you follow up with them, and they just really appreciate that we show that kindness and caring and compassion, because from law enforcement they expect us to do our job, but they don't always expect that side. And so that's why this team is so important to me and what you guys do.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really a great deal. And you also partner with the Victims' Rights Coalition, which is Paul Zelno's group.
Yes.
And they have funding sources as well. So it's not always taxpayer dollars that are there to help out with this, right?
No. We help with fundraisers for the coalition, and they're very generous to our victims when we when they, sometimes a victim won't qualify for any program that we know of, and Paul and his group are always there to support our victims and help them financially. And also victim compensation, a lot of those funds come from grants, and they also come from offenders' fees and fines during the court process. So that's where a lot of the funding comes from.
I just think it's so important. You know, we talk about our team is so involved in charity 501c3 organizations, and this is one of those ones that probably a lot of people don't know about. The Victims' Rights Coalition is out there. They put on a couple events during the year for families of victims. The Tree of Remembrance, which is coming up.
It's December 7th at 6 p.m. behind the courthouse.
Yes, and a lot of people don't even realize that that beautiful tree is there, and that, you know, we hold a service for victims every single year back there.
It's, yeah, a beautiful, moving ceremony.
Very moving. So I'll be there this year. I think I'm speaking at that, so that'll be fun. And then, of course, we do the annual Remembrance on Victims' Rights Week on Memorial Island, where we honor all the victims that have been lost.
Right. Another beautiful event at sunset. It's really, and it just means so much to the families of the victims when they come out to know that their loved ones haven't been forgotten. Yeah. So I really enjoy going to that event too.
And those are the two that really bring awareness to Paul's organization, the Victims' Rights Coalition. And so if you're somebody out there that wants to help, maybe you've been a victim and you want to give back, the Victims' Rights Coalition is a great place to help, because they help our victims every single day, and they just do a great job working with our victims advocates. I will tell you that I wish there was more attendance for the Tree of Remembrance. I wish there was more attendance for Victims' Rights Week, all the events that happen that week, but specifically at Memorial Island, because they're both beautiful services, and hardly anybody ever comes out other than just family members of victims. It's always, you know, so good to see those family members again, because we only see them a couple times a year. But I will tell you, you know, everybody should come out. We should have more public there. Don't you agree?
I would love to see that happen.
Yeah, hopefully we'll publish all that on our social media. We'll push that out through the app. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, please do so. Indian River Sheriff, go in your app store, whether it's Google Play or the Apple Store, and download that free app, and you'll get push notifications about events just like this. But I'm excited for the Tree of Remembrance to get to see here at Christmas time all of our friends that we've gained over the years, unfortunately through tragedies, but they're all positive friendships and people that you know, we have a lot of respect for, recognizing their loss. And so it really is a very moving time for us, especially around Christmas.
It is. It's a beautiful ceremony.
So if there's somebody out there that's a victim, you know, and even if you're in the mall, you want to come by, the door is open here. They can pop in and see you and say hello. Maybe you know somebody that's a victim and you have a question or concern. Christine and the team are here. They'll be happy to help you with any of those things. Just one of those great programs that doesn't get enough attention here at the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, and something that I wanted to feature at In the Know. Christine, what's your favorite part of your job?
I think it's meeting and working with people, and it's actually an honor to be invited into somebody's home during a tragedy, and I take it very seriously, and I'm just so glad that I'm there to help other people, because somebody, you know, I want everybody to know that when we come in, we treat you as if you're our family. We treat you with a lot of respect, and it's just such a gratifying experience for us. I wouldn't do anything else.
Well, I can tell you on behalf of all the law enforcement and corrections deputies that are out there, we're so happy to see you guys when you show up on scene. We might not always say it because we're going through a lot of stress. When we're dealing with a particular situation, a lot of times those crime scenes are intense and there's a lot going on. But I can tell you, even if they don't say it to you, there's a huge sigh of relief inside when you see the victims advocates, when you see your car pull up on scene. And it just makes you feel like here's somebody that can help me out on the scene, because we don't always have the ability to switch off you know, police mode and go into, you know, be that caring person. So it's important what you guys do every single day, and we're forever grateful for that. This is the Victims Advocate Unit here at the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. This is the latest edition of In the Know at IRCSO. Hope you have a great and safe Thanksgiving. We'll be back in December with more exciting parts of the Sheriff's Office and tips. Have a great day.